welcome to Never Fall. Is it my first time today on Never Fall? Imagine that after all of this. But welcome everybody to Never Fall. We're here to talk about transfers, not the Champions League final, like I've been doing all day. We're just talking about Barella going to Man United. Surprise, surprise. James Maddison to Spurs. I don't know why would he choose Spurs to go there. Caicedo Bid from Arsenal. Does that mean they're not getting Declan Rice? Does that mean maybe they aren't getting Declan Rice?
Maybe
or they're
both.
getting both? Or maybe getting both and they are going to win the league. Maybe they are. But I'm here with Deji, of course, Dawood, of course, you know them, and of course Cass, who is a little bit ill, so he will just be maybe.
I'll be involved, don't you worry. It's this hay fever is making me ill, man. I don't know about anyone in the comments, yeah, but hay fever is really effing me up, you know, like the last 2 days, like I think since like last night even, it's just, man, it's pollen. It don't matter how many. You can't not have the windows, not open or anything like that. You can't have them closed because it's quite warm in the UK at the moment, and I like fresh air when I sleep. I like a cold pillow, and then it's just like this hay fever is just yeah, man. It's just defeating me. I'm feeling like that's all the time when he's squinting, rubbing his eyes, flipping, blowing his nose 24/7. It makes me itchy and that, man. Ugh, God, whatever, innit? But yeah, man, there's loads of this. It's weirdly a lot to kind of talk about. I'm hearing Kefren Turam on a private jet. You know, I can't say it's not for me. I can't imagine that being a top tier source or reliable news. I don't do that flight tracking stuff. I never believe the flight tracking stuff. But you never know, man. Even Grizz decided to make a quote tweet of himself from Koning from a few days ago. There's also loads of stuff on Spurs, to be fair, Deji, man. I'm seeing Ian Acho like 12 million and Harvey Barnes as well. It looks like you're going to raid Leicester at this point, man, for a few of their
So
players.
maybe they can get relegated, Spurs, next year if they raid Leicester.
Is that how it works, yeah?
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we got relegated with the nonsense that we're doing. I mean, for me, I can't lie. The reason for the kind of low energy is because my club has made me absolutely tired. And it all started when we were linked with what's his name, Orange, you know, and the fact that we've got him as,
I call him. I can't lie, Mister. I call him Mr. Postbox, man. I can't say his name.
And for me, what I find quite shameless, and you know, I criticize a lot of Arsenal fans for doing this. I say Arsenal fans have fallen from the tree, from the lofty heights of yesteryear with the Invincibles, where, you know, we were looking for real dogs, real gritty players. And then, you know, we got Arsenal fans shaking their bum because they got a Champions League side. Do you know what I mean? Thierry Henry, Vieira and co, Petit weren't shaking their bums, finishing in the top four. They were shaking their bums, winning the Premier League. And I'm looking at this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this brother won the Japanese league. I'm not being funny. He won the Australian league with Melbourne Victory, and he won the Scottish league, the same league that Steven Gerrard won. And I've seen Spurs fans convince themselves that this is the new Pochettino, that this brother is somehow going to play sexy football and get us back to the promised land. For me, I'm going to come out publicly on Never a Foul. I'm not buying it. I'll give the brother until Christmas before he loses his job. And the fact that Tottenham fans can be so desperate, to be honest, so desperate to get a man in charge that they're ready for Orange to take over. I've been asking all season to do the job for free. I think that would probably make more sense than bringing this brother in. But hey, do you know what? I hope he proves me wrong. Because if he proves me wrong, we have a good season. But I agree with Mo. I see Tottenham Hotspur right now in a regulation dogfight or whatever.
Relegation.
Tonight. Yeah,
relegation.
Relegation. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is.
So you don't like, let's talk about Spurs a little bit. I'm gonna get Dawood's opinion in this. Maddison, very good player. I love Maddison. I don't think he should go to Spurs. I don't think there's a future there. But it looks like your coach wants to play progressive football, and this guy matches his style. Yuri Tillemans, same thing. Harvey Barnes, I'm not sure about if he suits your club because I don't know where he's gonna play because Son is on the left side, so I don't know why would you want.
I think they're gonna use Son up front next season. If Kane's to leave, then can you not see Son playing up front?
Nah, that's not his position.
It might be.
If Kane leaves, Son should leave. Honestly, you get me. The duo, they're the highest goal scoring pair in Premier League history. Let them shake hands, hug each other, and skip in opposite directions. That's probably so. If Kane leaves, Son should leave. You know, for me, what I can see maybe Onge doing is he's doing a fresh rebuild. I don't even think Onge wants Kane. I think he wants to bring in some unknown from the J League or some Australian player. And you know what? I don't mind if there's some gems in those leagues that he can bring in and do something, by all means. But if the 4-3-3 is the system that he likes to play, and he likes to play attacking football, Kane at 30, Son at 31, that no make it. Them man can't be running like that no more. They need young midfielders around them to give them the ball. I can't see Son pressing and Kane pressing. And so therefore, for that reason and that reason alone, they would have to leave.
Dawood, where do you see Spurs with this Ange guy and the transfers that are happening for them? Do you see them falling way even further down in the table?
I am absolutely loving the downfall of Spurs. They've had their high life. They've had the golden generation of Pochettino, Kane, Son. It's finished. Khalas. As soon as Harry Kane leaves Tottenham Hotspur will become a mid-table team. Harry Kane is the only guy that's carrying Spurs. Now they're bringing in a manager where no one can pronounce his name. No one knows where he's from. And then you've been looking for every Tom, Dick, and Harry all around Europe, and you find him, and you get him as your manager. That is absolutely embarrassing. Tottenham don't have the pulling power of getting someone like Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, Zidane, and you get him. And you guys need to be on your knees that Harry Kane does not leave you guys, because if he leaves in the summer, you're not getting anywhere near top 8.
He needs to go.
Nowhere near top 8. If he's got a bit of ambition, and he knows Benzema's left Real Madrid, that number 9 spot is available, and if he does not go to Real Madrid, that shows more about his ambitions than Tottenham Hotspur, because that is he's guaranteed trophies at Real Madrid, and if he stays at Tottenham and Tottenham are going backwards, then yeah, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, because you're seeing us going that way and you're seeing Tottenham going this way.
Bruv, I'm not sure about you going in another direction, but I know we'll get onto that later in the show. But look, I totally agree. For me personally, I don't think Onge has proved anything to warrant Tottenham shaking their bum. I think Kane has to leave. I think if he's got any ambition in football, he should go to Madrid, or he could even go to Manchester United. I don't actually care, but he needs to leave this Spurs squad, partly because we've been so heavily reliant on Son and Kane for the last 8 seasons that I think we've just got lost, to be honest. And actually, I'd like to see Tottenham go out in the market, find the young 22, 23-year-old. I quite like Brojan. Do you know what I mean? Let's get a young striker that we can build up and build a new squad, because if it doesn't happen this season, it's going to happen next season. And for me, with the amount of pain it caused me this season, I'd rather go through the rough patch next year and know that 2024-25 season, Tottenham going to have a good season, or we're going to mount a challenge. What I don't want to do is go through a dusty season next season, dusty season the season after, and a dusty season in 25-26. I can't have that. I can't live with that.
I think it's a bit overreactionary, isn't it? Because we talk about Spurs. There's no point laughing at Spurs now, isn't it? Because you always talk about your levels. This is our level. Like, this is your level now, right now, as you currently speak. Garbage football that was played. No identity, nothing going forward, relying on Kane all the time. It will get better, but I don't think Spurs are going to be anywhere near the top 4 next year. But I think what you guys need to do is just implement a philosophy. Maybe it's the best thing for your club is to have a manager that's under the radar rather than a manager with expectations, because expectations is what ruins Spurs fans and make them what they are, which is a little bit this season. You could say from Jaws is pretty shameless, and or Patrick even, or anyone along them lines, or you could be more level-headed towards Sava and Sean, who knows what Spurs are for is, or you, Deji. Well, I can't say when you're saying Jed Spencer's going to win you the league or something like that. But look. Hey, bro, you said it live and direct on Never.
Honestly,
I think Spurs have got something good to look forward to, is because there's no expectations on next season. You can probably focus on a domestic cup. And obviously, I would say top 6 finish would be a definite successful season for Spurs to build upon, right? So there you go. Like, you got Udigi coming up from Udinese, young left back, wing back situation, and an attacking manager that likes to play a high line. You know, you got Jed Spence as well, young up and coming talent, you could say, English as well. You obviously the centre back situation needs to sort itself. You're looking at James Maddison for £50 million, and obviously they're saying that it's going to be a little bit over. I don't think Leicester are going to be in demand of any of that fee. Let James Maddison be wicked for you. You got Basuma, who would suit a more attacking team. He's not down and out. People forget he's a forgotten man right now, currently at Spurs. And then if you are targeting Iheanacho, maybe potentially as a backup striker, and it's not a bad signing, man. Iheanacho is a good squad player, bro. He's not crap. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have a young, hungry winger in Harvey Barnes out. If he does, I know you're targeting him. I know all 3 players from Leicester, but let's face it, you need something a bit more directing, and then it's something to build upon. It's something that Newcastle's been doing, except they're on a different level. They can go and target.
I hear that, but
you have to wait. I know it's not exciting, but what else are you going to expect right now? You're targeting like James Ward-Prowse as well, which is, I don't think is the right move personally, but it gives you something for the time to build on. That's what I honestly think, and I don't think I think if you got no Europe, then cool. Maybe selling Kane is the right move to build upon, like a new era of Spurs football club in a new stadium, Deji. And I know you want these flying light players, but clearly you've already you have every right to, what's the word I'm looking for, to be suspect of your new manager. But that's the beauty of it, because that's it. I like for me, when Ten Hag came, there's a lot of doubters on him, right? But I didn't expect nothing from this season. I only had my own expectations. Get what I'm saying? And this was meant to be a no pressure season. Then all of a sudden it became a pressure season. That's what you might find within Spurs. That's all I'm trying to say, innit? You got to crawl before you walk again. I mean, and then before you start running again.
I respect that, my bro. I guess for me, the thing is, at least when Newman got Eric Ten Hag, one of the things that I remember in our earlier shows is that you were definitely proceeding with caution. When I'm seeing a whole bag of mans, big streamers shaking their bum like it's the Thong song, you get me? Then I'm starting to see there's a problem here, because this brother, Postecoglou, he ain't really done anything to kind of warrant the way Tottenham fans are getting excited. Look, bro, I think you're right. I think we have to do this rebuild. And if we're going to do the rebuild, then Kane has to go. And what I am hoping that Postecoglou can do, though, can he unlock a gem in the J League, in the Aussie League, somewhere in Europe, like that Jota guy that he brought in, them Japanese players he brought in. Remember, in the World Cup, Japan played some good football, man. I don't mind if he brings in some brothers from Japan who come with the high energy, high pressing, and they shock the system. What I ain't going to take, though,
some Japanese boys
trying to convince me on this show that Maddison and Harvey Barnes is how far we've dropped now. But that Barnes can stay in his shed, and I don't want Maddison. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
What? I think
what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Mitoma and Caicedo. Yeah? If we're not looking at Mitoma and Caicedo, then my club is not serious.
Bro, what funds have you got? What funds have you got? What money?
They have a lot of funds.
A couple extra dates. I ain't even gonna lie to you. She did a couple extra dates. There's peas in the purse.
I tried.
Okay, so
Daniel Levy is not spending money.
Okay, can I say something about Spurs? Cass, I think you are thinking about Man United, Liverpool. You're thinking about Arsenal, teams that have history, trophies behind them, and they went on a downfall and then rebuild again to come up. I've been watching the Premier League for 25 years. I have only seen one time where Spurs are great, between 2013 or 12 until 2020. And then they hired Conte, and then everything fell apart. Isn't that what happened, Deji? Before that, you were 8th, 9th, sometimes 6th. that was like Everton. I'm sorry, like Everton, before they fall down. I'm being truthful. And then they got the golden generation. They didn't win trophies. They couldn't win trophies. So now, Cass, you're thinking that they're gonna go and rebuild and become a big club again.
No, but I'm
It's
saying
not gonna. It's not gonna happen with an Australian manager. It's not gonna happen with an Australian manager.
Why are you writing this man off already?
He's a media manager, bro.
No, but how do you know that though? Because who knew what Arteta was going to do before he came in? Just because
no.
See, you are comparing Arsenal to Spurs. The history is different.
No, but hold on. No one knew what Arteta was going to be at Arsenal. A lot of you man wanted him out before you wrote him, writing him off already. Like not just Arteta, but there's other managers. Thomas Frank has surprised a lot of man this time. Graham Potter. Who knew who Graham Potter was? Who really knew who De Zerbi was? No one. But look where we are now. We're talking about how great they are and all this kind of stuff. What's nationality got to do with it, Dawood? Exactly that. What's that? Bro, the guy's got credentials, man. Don't get me wrong. Scotland's different. It's easy probably to win up there and everything. But the philosophy he plays is exciting.
Man said credentials. Okay. I believe you.
He's got
I believe you. I was listening
of all teams.
I was listening to a podcast and Celtic fans kept saying that he's amazing. He's brand of football. He's a media guy. He riles the troops and he gets everybody behind the project. That is fine. I believe the Premier League isn't that. Gerrard is the same. Gerrard is like this guy, goes really well with the media, played really great brand of football with Rangers. But he might surprise. But what you said, Cass, is not wrong. I am not writing him off. All I'm saying is, based on the facts that we have, to win in the Premier League, you need experience. Arteta took him years.
No, you don't
need this guy going to have years?
No,
is this guy going to have years?
Argument. That's a weak argument for me because before you know it, like look. Eric Ten Hag had no experience in the Premier League. Goes wins of Carabao Cup. Arteta,
man reached the semi-final of the Champions League, my man. Semi-final of the Champions League.
Oh, what? And Celtic are doing the best they can with what they've got, and look what they're doing, like up there. You can't just say that. It's like saying, oh, if they ain't Premier League proven, like you start questioning their whole existence and why you're going to target them for the Premier League. It makes no sense. You don't know what they're going to do until they come.
If your club got this guy instead of Ten Hag.
If you're telling me there's a man out there that commands respect out of the players, yeah, and he wants to play attacking football and he's assertive on the touchline, which we've seen countless times with this guy, to be fair, with Celtic, trust me, there's something of authority there. And just because he wants him, Daniel Levy, it might be a little bit of a puppet. You might have to be a little bit of a puppet to work at Spurs. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's the best that they can get. And if they got someone like, what's his name? If they got a Nagelsmann in, which could have worked, or they could have got what's his name as well? There's another man as well that they wanted, Luis Enrique. It would have failed.
I would have preferred.
You are building all your you are building all your argument or assumptions. I'm gonna give you
no, they would have failed because the expectation of the fans. That's why.
Sorry, Deji. Yeah. I'm gonna ask. I'm including you in this question. If you are running a club and I'm giving you a percentage of who's gonna be more successful, I'm gonna give you Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, Arteta, Ten Hag, or this guy. If you have free choice, who would you choose?
I can't lie. With what I'm looking at Spurs, Ten Hag probably would have thrived. And yes, I think he would have thrived even on a small budget. I believe so, yeah. Not just because maybe it's a little bit biased because it's towards my team anyways. But then I look at Luis Enrique. Bro, the guy's been out of the game since like 2017. Who said he's going to be good anymore? Who said that his project's going to work? Spain wasn't exactly a success. I know they didn't have the best team. So who knows what that guy could be a written off manager because all you man are doing nostalgia like Mourinho, like he's something great still. He's not. Let's be honest. Nagelsmann needs to work with, he can work within a budget. I think Nagelsmann would have been a good fit, but the way he is in personality, him and Levy would just clashed, and that was it. And that's why I say he lacks a little bit of man management, where I feel like maybe Angie lacks the thrives in the man management, as you just said yourself, Mo, when he's as the players and the Celtic fans.
Very authoritarian person, yes. Very authoritarian person.
I just feel that man has a bit of still about him. He is an Aussie as well, as much as a Greek. And if anyone, and it's a bit stereotypical, but Greeks and Aussies are not ones to shut up and literally bow down to nobody. They're not that type of people.
I thought he's Australian. He's
in
Australia.
But can I just say one thing? Because I've seen some people in the chat try and make some comparison between Arsene Wenger and what we're trying to do. Look, I'm all for on a level. I'm all for taking risks. I think Cass and Mo, couple shows ago, I talked about the fact that Tottenham are in no man's land. We're not a big club because we're not ready to spend, but we're not ready to take risk on players like Caicedo and Mitoma because we want to wait and see what they're like in the Prem before we buy them. So here, we're not taking risk on a player, we're taking a risk on a manager. However, I would like to say when Arsene Wenger came in, we were still playing, dare I say, English football at the time, and his only competition or the person he needed to overcome was Sir Alex Ferguson. Today, the Premier League has Jurgen Klopp, has Pep, he's got De Zerbi, we've got bloody Eric Ten Hag, we've got Unai Emery. And the game has moved on where the Premier League is the best league in world football. It needs a Nagelsmann. It needs a Pochettino type. It doesn't need this brother coming in and getting burnt. However, I guess it's a win-win because people will say, well, we knew.
You called it the right thing. If people are... listen, I'm not going to argue against Cass, but we all have... do we agree all that it's a risk? Maybe it's is it a calculated risk or it's an uncalculated risk?
What's a risk? Okay. But when we say Newcastle and Eddie Howe, yeah, we call that a risk. And we're all saying that Eddie Howe, some people saying Eddie Howe, not me. I remember having this argument. No, but I'm saying we all had this argument a few weeks ago saying, can Eddie Howe be this world-class manager? Mo, you was wanting to write him off. You're saying they got to build something with him. And before you know it, it hits his limit. I think once even said before they move it on to a new manager. Why can't Spurs do that with this guy? What if he can make Spurs solid as a team with an identity and get them to as far as he can before moving on, before another manager looks at it and says it like, you know what? Spurs doesn't look like a bad outfit as it once did.
It can be done, but it can be done.
I hear what you're saying.
I don't see the risk. It's a risk.
Leaving the board. Of course, leaving the board is different to Newcastle's board. I hear it.
It's a risk.
The only reason
and do this, it's a risk. Go ahead, Dawood.
The only reason why I said it's not going to work is because he wasn't first choice. He wasn't second choice. He wasn't third choice. He was like fifth, sixth choice manager. Where the reason I believe why they brought him in is because they had no one else. This wasn't planned. This wasn't like a way where they said, you're going to come in, we want you, and you're going to lead us to a certain project for the next 2-3 years. This was just basically, we need a body. He's available. Let's get him in. He's going to be grateful for this job because he's going from Celtic to Tottenham Hotspur. And that doesn't seem organic. That just seems like they just wanted a body. They just wanted someone that's going to keep quiet. That's not going to argue with Daniel Levy. Because people like Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, Conte, these men want demand. These men want transfer. They want to see Spurs get to another level. But the Pascal Doglu, whatever his name is, he's just happy to be there. So he's just happy to be that, bro. So the reason why I say it's not going to work because he's got no expectations. So if a guy is just happy to be there, that's the reason why I don't compare him to Arteta. Arteta, he said on the first interview, I'm going to get Arsenal to this level. I'm going to get Arsenal to win in the Premier League, to win in the Champions League. Because I'm not leaving Man City just to be at Arsenal where I'm just going to get told what to do. So this manager,
Let's get back to the transfer. But to say Maddison you don't want Maddison is outrageous, Deji, man. Especially coming from a Tottenham fan. I think you need to lower your expectations just a little bit and be like, you know what? Let's say you do keep Kane. A Maddison next to Kane would be absolutely delightful because guess what? Kane doesn't need to drop deep no more. You've actually got a DM in your ranks that everyone's written off already in Basuma. This is what I'm saying. You need another centre mid though. I agree. You probably need a box to box. I think Skip's a great player. But I think he'd be a great squad player in and around. But what you obviously probably need to look towards is probably your wings as well, your attack. What's on your flanks. You might keep Harry Kane, but if you don't, you've got to move on with the times, bro. And Maddison's a great way to actually deal with that creativity. I don't know how you say 50 million, be like, nah.
I don't know, bro. Do you know what it is?
Wingbacks as well, by the way. Wingback, fullbacks. Do you forget this? Crazy.
Guys, before we go on, guys, there is close to 200 of you here, and we're not even on 100 likes. The like button look like this underneath your live chat. If you're on your phone, it's thumbs up. Make sure it's lit. Please hit that like button. Get us to 100 likes at least. Free content, as I always say. So just at least like the video, please, if you're here. Don't forget. I know people get involved in the video and you forget.
I was just gonna say, in an attacking manager, you have Basuma, you have Ndombele coming back as well, who I think he's had a great season, and then you got Maddison. Are you telling me that midfield would not cook and have a state where you've gone from having a Højbjerg, obviously Bentancur's out. I don't think he's all that anyways, but I think he's definitely a good player. And you've got no creativity. How can you say no for that? And obviously you're targeting David Raya as well and Maguire. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Maguire's the guy for you. I think that's more of a Levy keeping it homegrown kind of situation. I don't understand.
We don't need that.
Yeah, but then again, he had Carter Vickers at Celtic and it worked, and he's slow as shit.
Nah, man, we don't want. If we get Maguire, I won't support Spurs.
Oh, come on. Maguire is a good mid-table centre back.
Maguire is dead food, my bro. He's dead food. I will never support Spurs. You know what it is for me? I think with Maddison, what I try not to do is, I hear what you're saying, and on the face of it, it looks like it makes sense. But I just don't know.
How many games you watched Leicester, Deji? Be honest. How many games you actually watched?
I've watched Leicester. He had a good season, but I'm not sure he's the
guy is magic, Deji. The guy is
magic. But he can't stay fit. That's the problem.
I don't know.
Well, that's a completely different story.
That's a magic.
Haaland used to get injured at Dortmund, but then he went to City and he hasn't.
I know,
completely different. It all depends on Dawood. It all depends on medical. But I agree with you.
He's been injured for years, Maddison. For years, he's been injured.
He has been injured for 2 years now.
But who are you going to get who's creative for 50 million as much as Maddison in this market?
No.
For me, I think, if I'm being honest, if I was in charge of Spurs, I've got more,
be realistic.
I've got a more radical thing. I think Tottenham, what we need is a striker. I think Kane can play the number 10.
What about Richarlison?
I don't know why people keep wanting to play Kane as a striker. He's 31 years old coming up. Put Kane second to De Bruyne. I think Kane has got the second best delivery in the league. Don't be looking at me, bro, because I know you want to say Odegaard. There's no way. Kane has got better distribution than Odegaard, and I would like to see Kane drop back a bit, and we get an out-and-out striker, someone that can go up and press. That's what Tottenham should be doing. And I saw someone in the chat, right? Lavia. I would like to see that young brother, Lavia, take him from the clutches of Southampton.
You're not linked to him, though.
Chelsea. I'm putting the Tottenham midfield so that we have a little bit of energy. Because like you say, my bro, Skip ain't got no energy. Bissouma,
I didn't say that.
He looked lackluster this season.
I didn't say that.
We don't know. I want energy in my midfield.
No, but you got Bissouma. Why do you need Lavia? You're not even linked with Lavia. The only team is heavily linked with Lavia right now is Liverpool. I think Newcastle on the fringes and also Chelsea as well.
See, if them man are linked with him, then Tottenham should be linked with him. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, your starting lineup will have Maguire, Eric Dyer, Oliver Skip, Højbjerg, and up top R9. That's what we're gonna watch for Spurs next year. This is the Tottenham that we're gonna see. But let's just go on and move to I don't know if Cass, you talked about it this morning about Caicedo, but there are reports that Arsenal submitted already a bid of £75 million for Caicedo.
I can't lie. I looked at the source of who did it, and you never know with it. And I'm kind of surprised if he's the first one to break it. I wouldn't deny it. But the fact that they still have to get the Rice over the line kind of bid and everything, I think they could have stopped. I think they could potentially be starting to work on Caicedo. But I wouldn't say they submitted a bid right now. I think it'd be kind of impossible at this moment of time. But then again, they've done a lot of back in January. They've done a lot of obviously
personal terms at least yeah.
The groundwork, but that changed when his contract changed. You know, so maybe maybe that's not.
Yeah, I think he went from 5 to 15. So
the thing is, right? People need to remember you can't really work on two players at once. It's near enough impossible, especially with the amount of paperwork. People got to get to realize this. I can say you can be interested. But the fact that there hasn't been an official bid yet, and David Ornstein hasn't put it out, the guy, or Matt Law, or Ben Jacobs, that fraud anyways, and all these men that ain't put out it, you know. So, in my opinion, the fact that we haven't even seen a bid for Rice going there, and it's going to probably be accepted, they're probably negotiating, is a bit like, okay, how's the bid gone in for Caicedo just yet? But I've been saying it though. Did I not say it yesterday and the day before? I think Arsenal target both of these players. I've been saying it though. I think I can't lie. Unless another serious contender come in, I don't look at Chelsea's contender because I feel like Brighton want Colwill, and if they don't give it, they're like, cool, we want 100 million. Whereas Arsenal be like, cool, we'll take it 80 million from you then. I don't think Chelsea are going to pay that up. So in my opinion, I think he actually might go to Arsenal unless late. I don't know. Tomorrow you hear, Qatar's being flipping accepted or something, and the Man United's being accepted funds, and I can see maybe us trying to rush for a man like that because the Mount stuff. There's no one seen the Mount stuff already. Not seen it. You know how much they want? They don't want just 70 million. They want 70 million plus 10. Are you mad? They want 80 million.
I thought they want 60 plus 10, and you want to play 40 plus 10.
No. David Ornstein said they wanted 70 plus
crazy,
10
bro.
million in bonuses.
I was talking about this with Igal, and we think that there is a Man United sources said there is a 20 million difference in valuation, and they said we can never be close. Like the difference is massive.
Apparently, like obviously we're talking about Caicedo, but we're talking Mount a little bit later, right?
But let's talk about Caicedo. And then
Man United are only willing to meet up to 55 million, which I kind of
including bonuses, which is
not including bonuses. That's what I said. 45 plus 10. Man United ain't gonna pay out their 70. That's crazy. Not for a guy like that. And that's why I'm not really surprised with the Barella stuff either coming out from Matt Law and so forth. Even on the Sun newspaper as well. Currently at the moment, maybe it's just smoke. I don't know. But let's talk about Caicedo, man. Where do you guys actually think he ends up? Because I'm seeing people think he's up at Man United. Even the Brighton guy we had earlier, big up Luke himself. He even said, I think Caicedo ends up at Man United.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Why is it not happening?
That's not happening. Okay. Speaking about Arsenal, I've got a. Are you right? Where's he going?
I'm fine. I'm sitting the stress ball for me. I'm so stressed because Daniel said we're stressed, so I'm stressed.
Okay. Hear me out, guys. I've got an exclusive.
Yes.
Declan Rice to Arsenal is done. It's done.
Earlier.
Fully done. Contract, everything's done. Okay. So when you're saying they can't do two deals at the same time, Declan Rice is already done. That's finalized. Okay.
Is that so? Trust me. Is that so?
I'm putting my neck on the line.
No.
Click this video.
The chairman, no, because the chairman already said he's paid his last game for West Ham.
Yeah. He's leaving. He's leaving.
That doesn't mean he's going to Arsenal.
He's coming to Arsenal. Okay. I'm putting my neck on the line. Declan Rice to Arsenal is done. Okay, that is signed, sealed.
A bid hasn't been sorted out yet, though.
It's done, bro.
Everything can be done, but a bid has to be negotiated still.
When it comes to Arsenal, we've done this a lot, where we're not like other clubs where we do first bid, second bid, third bid.
Yes, you did. You done it for Mudryk and you done it for Caicedo. What are you talking about?
But Mudryk, Chelsea came in last minute. Literally, if you look at the Mudryk one, but if you look,
bro, you can't. Respectfully, Dawood, I'm going off facts. I'm not trying to do if buts and maybes right now. Your club went in for about 3 bids for Mudryk. Did they not? Yes or no? That's all I want to hear.
Mudryk was done. Okay, Mudryk was done. He's gonna come for the medic, and then last minute, Chelsea. I'm not sure about the first 2 bids. All I'm hearing is only 1 bid.
Okay? I'm not trying to patronize you or anything, but you just
all I'm saying is, you can. I'm never show my face ever again if Declan Rice does not go to anywhere else but Arsenal. Okay, that's first sorted. Declan Rice to Arsenal is fully done. Okay, Moises Caicedo.
I think so too.
Caicedo, for me, that is around 70% done. Caicedo. We agreed personal terms with him in January. So personal terms, that's fully done, okay?
Yeah, but the contract changed when he decided to accept a new contract from...
No, but that was Brighton keeping him happy, giving him more money for the 3 months.
I know, but that means his contract changed. That means you have to do negotiations all over again because it changed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how it works.
Personal terms is done with Caicedo. All I'm saying is we're getting these 2 deals done because Brighton, the reason why these deals will get done fast, Brighton have publicly said Caicedo's gone. West Ham have publicly said Declan Rice is gone. So those 2 players, they're not trying to keep. Okay. And I don't see any other team. Man United are too busy concentrating on Mason Mount. They're not getting Rice or Caicedo. Declan Rice was offered £350,000 a week by Bayern Munich. I've got a reliable, concrete source. He was offered £350,000 a week by Bayern Munich. He rejected it. He said, I'm staying in London. I want to play in London. He got sold by the Mikel Arteta project.
How is that possible? Who Declan Rice got offered the 350k?
By Bayern Munich, yeah.
Okay, your concrete source is bollocks. Because let me tell you why, in my opinion. Because they are struggling with contract negotiation of people and players, and much less Goretzka, Kimmich, Alphonso Davies, and there's another player in there that I can't actually pinpoint. Who is it? one of their forward lines, anyways. Bayern's actual thing is wage structure is absolutely in the absolute bin. Your source is Heinz, G.
No,
it's not.
bro.
Heinz.
I don't want to tell my source.
You do realize Bayern Munich is out there, by the way, have a wage cap. This is why Mane got 200 and odd K per week, 220 or whatever it was. There's a wage cap.
There will be multiple players are leaving Bayern Munich. Multiple players are leaving Bayern Munich. So when it comes to the wage cap, multiple players are leaving Bayern Munich. They're getting rid of 3 to 4 first team players. 3 to 4 first team players will leave Bayern Munich. You do know by the end of the transfer window, you'll know that. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I was just gonna quickly add. Yeah, I was gonna quickly add. If Arsenal were to do the unthinkable, which is to get Declan Rice and Caicedo, then I would have to clap for Arsenal. However, given that you guys would rather go to a Dixie Fried Chicken than a Nando's in the transfer window, given that you had an opportunity to solidify your position in January and you didn't, and the fact that Arsenal were offering Saliba 120 grand as the kind of improved offer makes me feel like you can't take Arsenal seriously. I think Declan goes to Bayern Munich. I think we're seeing the move. One of the things that I'm delighted to see is back in the day, we didn't see English players, homegrown players, willing to ply their trade in Europe. And now, they're more than happy to go abroad. So Declan Rice to Bayern Munich, Jude Bellingham's gone to Real Madrid. I think, though, you will get Caicedo, but whether Caicedo is enough is another story.
He's going to be enough.
All I'm saying, I am so confident Declan Rice will go to Arsenal. I will do a one-way bet.
No.
We're not allowed to do two ways.
Please don't.
Yeah,
one way.
Please don't.
One way.
No, please don't. No, seriously,
why not?
Please don't. No. Don't do
that. It's done, bro. It's fully done.
Yeah, it's fine if you are convinced. Just don't do that about like shaving your hair or what. Don't do that, please.
Okay.
Kaz, do you agree or you want him to do it?
Yeah, no. I don't need all of that. I believe. I'm not going to win, but the 350 client is beyond me. When Neuer is like the top paid player, sorry, and I swear he's in and around like 300k if I'm correct.
And another thing. We would have signed Mudryk. Okay. The Cronkies gave the green light to the Cronkies. One second, brother. The Cronkies said this is you can find this anywhere. The Cronkies said we will match what Chelsea bid. We'll match it. Arteta Edu said we're not going to any bidding war with Chelsea. We don't want Mudryk anymore. So Arsenal walked out that deal. Okay. Arsenal walked out that deal. The Cronkies said we'll match the bid. If you want him, we'll get him. So we walked out that deal, okay? So we would have got Mudryk. But thank God Arteta and Edu had a couple of brain cells because look how poor Mudryk is, okay? So they knew that this guy ain't worth 90 million. This guy ain't worth 90 million, okay?
Your source is only Arsenal media, Arsenal outlets for that. You were in for Mudryk and Chelsea went and made the deal with Shakhtar behind your back. I'm not saying you're not going to do Declan Rice. However, Declan Rice didn't.
Mudryk said in an interview he went to Arsenal to respond to that.
For you to say that Declan Rice is done while he played the final yesterday and probably still celebrating, while he said that yes he's leaving. His chairman said he's leaving.
He's going on England duty, by the way, on Monday.
Exactly. And still Bayern Munich are still from the German media. They still want him. You cannot offer the same. I don't know, Cass. I think Cass, you mentioned something about the wage. Bayern Munich wage bill is crazy.
They got a lot of issues with a lot of their players over wages.
I know. Mane's leaving. Manuel Neuer renewal is up on the air now. Kimmich is up in the air. He might leave.
Go Kimmich.
But the thing
boys, all I'm saying, I'm not no ITK. Okay, I'm not no ITK. But with these two deals, I am so confident. Okay, I'm not. Because ITK. No, I'm not ITK.
You said your source.
No. No, I'm talking about in general. I'm not like a general ITK. I never usually come out with transfers and stuff like that. But with these two transfers, I know for sure that we'll speak off air. Okay, speak off air. Okay, I'll tell you my source off air. So I know for sure Declan Rice is done.
So okay, look, it's fine. There's no need to talk about that. But let me tell you now, Bayern's highest paid players are Kimmich and Neuer. Neuer being there, they're both on roughly 290k. I think Neuer's just a little bit more considering he's been there, he's done that, World Cup champion and all that kind of stuff. Yada yada yada. Right? He's been there, done that. Makes sense. He's the oldest player. He's probably going to get moved on. Makes sense. Great for Bayern. What on God's green earth, yeah, makes you think that Rice is going to go on for free? They're going to offer him 350k whilst also slapping down at probably a 90 million fee.
But all I'm saying is what I know. You don't know.
Sorry. I think you're confused with something, Cass. I think what you're reading in Germany, they're reporting the net wage, and in England, because I just opened two websites, and the gross for Manuel Neuer is 400 a week euros, 400k. Mane, which is in England, you report. In Italy, they report net. In England, they report gross. Massive difference because that's before tax. Bayern Munich paid the highest wage in Europe.
Yeah,
in Europe.
Well, I find it impossible with their situation where they couldn't even afford to go buy someone like a João Cancelo or something like that.
Matthias de Ligt make 300k a week.
Yeah, Juventus.
No, Bayern Munich. 300k a week, but before tax.
But I can't see Rice getting this 350k. And we don't even know
how much Arsenal are offering. The reported 250.
How much did it cost?
70 million euros.
So if someone costs up to 90, 100 million plus all the image rights and everything that's going to have to come with it, you're telling me they're going to offer him 350k as well? I don't think...
No, they won't. I think they're going to offer him 300.
You know what, though, Dawood? If he ends up heading to Bayern instead and he on that 350k, I'll round of applause you, and then I'm going to say you got the shittest source ever.
He rejected the Bayern 350k.
Anyway, maybe he did, man, but I can't personally believe it. I don't even think I really want to.
We actually went from Caicedo to talk about Declan Rice. Somehow, the conversation took us there.
I just want to say something about Arsenal. The way we're moving in the transfer window now is, I'm so happy with the way we're moving.
You haven't even signed a player yet.
The way you're moving.
Oh my, bro, it's done. These transfers are done, bro. Man. Okay,
you never know.
This is not going to be where it's going to drag on. Usually our transfers, they drag on.
I don't think you can discredit what Dawood is saying. That they are moving quite fast with things. It's quite obvious. They're targeting their targets.
I really hope so. I hope so.
I can't lie. I'm not here to laugh at you, Dawood. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'd also be quite happy as well, Dawood.
Okay, if Caicedo and Declan Rice, end up joining Arsenal by the end of the month, okay. I want a public apology from you three.
Might be done before. What do you mean you three? I didn't laugh at you, G.
I never laughed at you. I told you're coming here to tell me.
No, Kaz, you called my ITK ketchup sauce or something.
No, but you said 350k to buy, and I just don't believe that whatsoever because their wage structure's all over the gaff and they got a cap that they don't want to go above. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why I think it's crazy.
That's why I'm so confident, is because if these two players will be done by the end of the month, okay? These two are done by the end of the month, and that gives us time to sign another defender. Well, we need a defender. We need a winger. No, not striker. We need a winger. We need a defender, and we probably might need one more midfielder. So, if we get 5 players to 6 players, that's all sorted, and that's going to take us from just first, second to really. Like
first second.
Well, we might as well shift it. Well, let's shift it from the Caicedo. Look, Man United could potentially, which I doubt anyways, but he could be on that move. But then with today, you're seeing, anyways, what you read up, Mo, is a Barella, which was quite interesting to Manchester United, and that's a player. You said Inter have no budget for this summer, maybe unless you win a Champions League. So what are you trying to What do you? I don't know. Tell me
so
what
Matt. I think Matt Law said that Erik ten Hag is a big fan, and they already tried to contact Inter to inquire about a price. Can you imagine that? And the reported price is 60 to 80 million pounds. Now Inter are not gonna budge.
Why would they not
Inter
budge?
are not gonna sell for that. Inter are gonna sell the guy for about 80 to 90 million pounds if we sell him. I doubt that he would leave Italy. However, for a massive, because listen, this guy only makes 5 million a year in Italy. 5 million a year in Italy.
Wait. One sec. Carry on.
We can do the super chat if you want. So we
Carry on.
before we move on.
I was just gonna say. So yesterday, Mo, right? You went saying, yeah, Jay, I'm desperate. I'm very desperate. Just not Mount. Yesterday, you went from saying that Barella is 100 million. Yeah, correct. Now all of a sudden, Man United's valuation of him
80,
is
90.
So 60. I wouldn't say 60 million, but I saw last summer he was in and around 65 million. Liverpool looking at him. That was the quoted fee back then. But this year, you're saying around 60 to 80. Now you're saying 80 to 90 million. 80 to 90 million for Barella, right? Why has that changed all of a sudden? Remember, by the way,
the club looks like the club needs money.
I need to let me clarify it. This summer is context, Cass. The shameless hothead will come back afterwards. Right now, I'm pinpointing what people say, and I will literally have to use it for you, against you, and how much and be fair on all the teams. That's why I showed some love to Tottenham when you didn't, and that's why I'm not laughing at Dawood either. But Mo, what's changed all of a sudden? Tell me, I'm enlightened.
This season from last year. I think they are linked to Milinkovic-Savic. So what happened is Inter are linked to Milinkovic-Savic. Yes.
Okay.
35 million only to replace Barella, so that will be a lot of profit. But they don't have the money. They need to sell a player. They lost the money on Skriniar. Last year, PSG offered 60 million euros and Inter rejected them. But I'm not sure if actually Barella is for sale. But from what we're hearing at Inter, everybody is for sale for the right price. This is what we're hearing. It doesn't matter if it's Lautaro, it doesn't matter if it's Bastoni, Onana.
Even if you win, okay. Before we go into the super chat, big up Deuce, by the way, love for that. What if you win the Champions League?
It doesn't change a thing. It doesn't change a thing. We already made the money.
So it's GoFundMe for Inter Milan, as Maradon said there.
Maradon says, yeah, we need GoFundMe.
How many years have you been in the Champions League now in a row?
No, just
how much is it for Bastoni as well? Give me a price. Give me a price.
4 years in a row, and you're still broke.
4 or 5. Yeah, okay. You don't know what happened. Inter bought a lot of players and invested a lot, and then the Chinese government said that all the investments outside of China for the Chinese owners are frozen. So they had to take a loan with a 20% interest rate a year for 300 million. That has to be paid. That has to be paid by 2024. So every year a net profit of 60 million that has to be paid back to Oaktree. Otherwise they take over the club. The collateral is the club.
It's interesting with the Barella, because I know Liverpool would love a signing like that. I think they could do a signing like that. I think Chelsea won't be in for him. I think Man City would definitely be interested in him if they got the outgoings going on. And I've seen that Manchester City from Matt Law was actually interested. And Manchester.
How would you like a Barella instead of a Mount at your club?
No, I'm telling you now, I'm taking Barella over Caicedo and Mount every single day of the week. He's perfect. He's actually perfect next to Casemiro. I need it. I want it. I need to live it, breathe it, see it live. Like, honestly, it's crazy. But the thing is with Manchester United, they never do the right things,
No, you did with Pogba. You remember when you went and signed Pogba?
Maybe.
You paid the money that Juventus needed and you went to sign Pogba.
I hear it, Mo, but
Lukaku as well. You paid Everton the right money.
Me and Deji's clubs are quite alike, man. When it comes to like transfers and everything, it's crazy, man. You don't know what you're gonna get. It takes too long. So you sign some absolute bums. Like it that's the way it works, right? I lied, Deji. It never works out.
Bruv, I've been living it, mate. So I'm living proof.
I don't think Barella will go to the Premier League. However, let's just talk numbers, right? If this guy gets offered double his wage, he has 4 kids. What are you thinking? I'm serious.
My days.
This is his next big contract. He's 26.
How old is he?
26. Man United offer him a 4-year or 5-year contract for 200 something a week. He's gone.
How much is he on now? Right now?
Like 6 million or 5 million a year.
Oh, only 6 million. Wow, he's struggling.
Exactly.
He's struggling, man.
No, it's not what you think, but for him, this is the next big contract. And if Inter is not offering him that much money, why would he stay? Why would he stay in Italy? I'm just putting myself in his shoes. But for me, I don't want to see Barella leave my club. But if there's any club that I think he would suit Liverpool more than Man United.
I think it would suit Man United to a T.
The energy that Jurgen Klopp needs.
Do United really have the funds to sign Mason Mount and Barella?
Yeah, they've got a 500 mil war chest, haven't they?
No, you're doing this.
Crazy how all the 4 clubs here that we support, we're the ones that are going to be like spending the most.
I don't think Liverpool will have the funds, but I think City will definitely be very much interested. He's perfect for the Gundo replacement, even though I'm seeing Kovacic might be the Gundo replacement. I don't know. As someone of that caliber comes up, you got to push the money there. That's proper funds. Don't pay 70 million for Mount when you got Barella there or Caicedo there.
70 million for Mount.
The thing is, I think with Man United, it has to be relying on right now. Man United got about 150 million. Take or leave it roughly, anyways, and plus the player sales that through Maguire, McTominay potentially, Fred potentially, Elanga's going. Already said Maguire, obviously, and a few other lads as well.
Is Martial going?
Potentially, if we're linked to 2 strikers, he's gone. We're linked to both. It came out today that Kolo Muani, basically John Murto, has been in direct talks with Kolo Muani's campaign at Eintracht Frankfurt. And the same thing.
How much do you think Cass will get for him?
Honestly, they want 100 million.
No. The price is literally set around 70 million and that's negotiable as well. That 100 million was just for Kolo Muani.
Okay, fair play.
And then obviously that's Rasmus Højlund as well. Rasmus Højlund is about 40 million. I can't see it being that. I think
better than Kolo Muani.
I think Man United need both. Look, if you're not going to get Harry Kane and you're going to willing to pay 100 million for Harry Kane, why don't you go and get Kolo Muani? If you're good negotiating, get him for 65 million. Go get Højlund for 40 million. That's the same kind of price, right? You're getting 2 for 1. And at the end of the day, Man United needs something right now and not nothing for the future. Kane is not coming to Man United. I promise you that right now.
Did you see the last thing about Kane?
You spend 120
million pounds. That's it. Real Madrid offering 68 million pounds plus bonus. That's it. Real Madrid, 68 million pounds plus bonuses if they win the Champions League and La Liga. Mate, I think Daniel Levy will. Nah, he's going to ask for more. That's their first round of bid. Daniel Levy will definitely ask for more. What do you think about that, Deji? How much do you reckon would prize away Harry Kane?
Yeah, I think if you offer Tottenham right now 100 mil, Levy sells him.
There's no way he's going to.
With a year left on his contract, 100 mil, he's gone. 100%.
There's no way you're getting 100 mil for Harry Kane.
Bruv, I think we can get 100 mil for Harry Kane. 8 seasons, over 20 plus goals. If you want to win the league and you want to do it now, which is what Man United want to do, Harry Kane
not last season. The season before, you was asking 150 mil. That was 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago. And
100 mil now.
Yes, bro. We got to also remember that there's inflation and the cost of apples have gone up.
Okay, guys. Thank you, King Deuce, for the super chat. Appreciate it. He's saying to the Wood, I want an apology for crying and wanting to change the Premier League rules. So
that wasn't a serious video. That was never a serious video.
It was
never change the Premier League rule was never a serious video.
If you believe that I actually meant that, then this guy spent £5 for no reason. You're the one that's fully finished, bro. If you really believe that, then
he didn't spend it for no reason. He supported Never a Foul, man. If you support Never a Foul, trust me, big up his soul. This is a real one, man. He does his consistently.
Yeah, it's a real one.
Appreciate it, man. Guys, can we get to 300 people here and we're not even on 150 likes again? Don't forget to hit that like button. I know you're enjoying the content. The like button look like this, thumbs up. Just make sure it's lit underneath the video. And we're going to just keep going for about 5-10 minutes or something like this.
Yeah. But I was going to say, if Man United are trying to sign Mason Mount, Barella, and Kolo Muani, that's £210 million on just 3 players.
But that's why I said that's why you got to do player sales personally. And Man United can easily make up 100 million in player sales this summer. Easily, by the way.
And you still need a centre back, and you still need a goalkeeper.
So what we do know again on the Kim,
a like for like, Cass, right? For like. Maguire out, yeah.
Yeah, Henderson looks like he's going to go. I know De Gea is going to sign a new contract. Everyone knows that. And I think we're going to sign a new keeper. And I think we're looking towards David Raya. I know people want Diogo Costa, but David Raya makes sense to budge within the budget.
Yeah, he's a quality keeper.
It's out of Man United and Tottenham currently. I think
Raya.
But I feel like we'd get Raya if Brentford were to push their valuation down to 30 million. I think Man United will pay that and he'll choose us all day long. Don't get me wrong. And I think Dave Raya is very good and it'll be a very good acquisition for the amount of money. You can't say no to it. And then maybe move on David De Gea in a couple of years and go get your big goalkeeper. Manyan, Maldini, all that stuff there. again, this
Do you
is
think
just,
Raya will come and sit on the bench?
I think he takes number 1 spot.
Okay.
No, I think he takes number 1 spot because there's no guarantees for David De Gea. It's already been said, and that's why he's not signed his contract yet, because I think he wants guarantees that Man United are not willing to give at this current moment of time. But what I know as well, all the Naples reports, the Italian reports are saying Kim Min-jae is set for talks for like personal terms and stuff next week when he returns from military duty. And on second on the list is Axel Disasi. So, and potentially maybe getting both, but I don't see it. He's second on the list. So any Man United fans that are in here, it looks like we're gonna go get Kim Min-jae by the looks of things, and I'm super happy by that. Maguire exits, he comes in. I don't know how much Disasi would cost exactly, but Kim Min-jae is £42 million. I'm sorry, I know you can activate that clause at July the 1st, but oh my word, what a signing! You cannot beat a signing like that. And I know Newcastle want him, but I'm surprised no other clubs want to be in for him either. I'm so surprised.
Newcastle.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. Other than Man United and Newcastle, it's crazy.
Oh, okay.
This guy's a baller. Look, Mo, you've been rambling and raving about this defender all day long, and you got someone like Spurs sitting there for defenders.
Fantastic.
No,
You know what? We had a chance to get him for about 24 million.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know. So see that you wouldn't know. Like, listen, Lobotka was great with Napoli this year, but the first year he was kind of okay. Like Osimhen the same. Like I don't like when we sit here and say, but we could have gotten Haaland when he was like 12 years old. Like, it was not the same Haaland. Kim Min-jae wasn't the same, but it's now for 40 million. Why not everybody's all over this transfer? I don't get it.
I don't get it. But this is, again, I can say here and sit here like Dawood and say, right now, I'm actually happy that Man United are trying to do things fast as they can with everything that's going on. That's as a Man, because we leave things too late. Do I trust Man United to go F it up? 100%.
But I think Newcastle outbid you, to be honest. I think Newcastle will outbid you. They will offer more than the...
Maybe. You know what?
Yeah, we don't know, but
we don't know.
But they have the funds though for a center
Don
back.
Dada, big up yourself, man. Don Dada in the building. But yeah, you know what's funny? I wanted Deji to come back because I saw reports today, and it was such a whack report. Why do Spurs fans think they're gonna get Laporte or think they can go in for Laporte?
Yeah, it's
Can someone explain this to me? Like that's crazy, right? There's no one else thinking that's crazy. They think that's
why not? So can you explain why not?
Because Laporte is a top defender. Yes, he might not get the game time he wants under Pep, and it's obviously hard. But Laporte is top of the gravy pile of defenders of centre backs out there, right? You know.
Do you think he hasn't been the same since the ACL?
Tell me, who else is gonna get him? Who else is gonna get him?
Basically, I know there's high links with him, but I think Kim Pembe is looking to potentially leave PSG, right? I think he goes PSG. I think
Kimpembe. Not a bad shout. Very good shout.
Barcelona makes sense for me. Tottenham just don't make no sense. They don't offer him anything, but he would obviously transform their defense. I know he hasn't been the same since his ACL or anything like that. Laporte, right?
I think he would be amazing if Spurs can get him.
This is what I'm saying. Exactly that. This is where he's way better than Spurs. He deserves better than Spurs. You know what? When it actually comes, let me give you a stat. I know I'm talking a lot right now, but when he's on the pitch here in the defense, he takes all the touches. You know how many touches this guy makes and doesn't lose the ball, even from left back. Mental stats, bro, that people that go under the radar.
I rate Laporte.
Top notch,
I think if Laporte partners Romero, because under this new management, thank goodness, because I hate a back three. It looks like Tottenham are going back to a back four, so 2 centre backs. I think arguably Romero and Laporte could be up there with the best partners.
Whoa! Be careful, bro.
Yeah,
be careful.
Up there with Saliba and Gabriel. Up there with Diaz and Akanji. Up there with
Maguire.
Up there with
Maguire.
The Newcastle ones. Yeah, up there.
Harry Maguire.
Maguire. Look, let me tell you now.
Oh my word.
Maguire, the fridge, is not coming to Spurs.
Why not?
He's not.
You are the light of this channel.
You're playing a back three. Maguire's going to play in the middle of the back three.
No, we are playing a back four. Remember, we're not on the Conte, we're on the Onge.
And Romero, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on you guys. Romero cannot play in a back four. He cannot play in a back four.
Yeah, he's a back three defender. He was there Atalanta back three.
Yeah, he cannot play in a back four, bro. He's too erratic. He loves chasing after the ball and getting out of his position. He's not a composed centre back.
He's a pit bull.
Yeah, he just
Also, I
He's
think
a
you'd be
foul.
surprised if Romero does
He's
come
an
and speak.
aggressiveness merchant. That's what he does.
like the way when Chelsea fans were hyping Koulibaly, I knew because the way Koulibaly played for Napoli, I remember one game he played against us in the Europa League 4 years ago, and this guy, he will be chasing Aubameyang into midfield. Like his position will be all over the place. And I knew as soon as he went to Chelsea, everyone was saying Koulibaly's gonna smash it at Chelsea. I said, bro, this guy's an erratic centre back. He loves chasing. He loves leaving his position. He loves chasing after the ball. Romero is exactly the same. The guy can't play in the back four. He hasn't got that mental like calmness. He's too feisty. He loves getting into challenges.
I agree.
So he's not gonna work in the back four, man.
You never know though. Angie, I know Angie Postecoglou. The thing is, this is why I say wait. I think you can wait because at the end of the day, what did Argentina play with?
Back four, innit?
Back four. They did it sometimes back three. Back four.
Did he play in the final?
He did.
He did, yeah.
Romero played the whole game.
Romero always.
Otamendi played.
With
Romero,
with-
Otamendi
with,
always starting this World Cup.
Romero.
Lisandro always on the bench.
No,
Romero's the main guy, my brother.
I swear I'm not thinking.
Romero
No,
was
no,
the.
listen. Lisandro Martinez Dawood was on the bench, and Romero is the one who starts with Otamendi.
Yeah.
That
I
has
see.
nothing to do with
yeah,
Spurs.
yeah,
That has
yeah,
nothing to do
yeah.
with Spurs and Man United.
Yeah.
Lisandro
I agree.
Martinez, before joining Man United, was a left back for the Argentinian team. He was like, but anyway,
Oof.
that's besides the point. Besides the point.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
For
there's
me,
some-
I don't think you get Laporte. I don't think he goes to Spurs. He is gonna choose PSG because PSG is the only club that can offer more money than actually what you offer him. I don't know how can you attract Laporte, a Premier League winner? How are you gonna convince Laporte to join your club based on
Yeah,
what?
I think no, I totally agree with you, Mo. I just think though, however, remember Tottenham somehow managed to get Toby Alderweireld from Atletico Madrid, and we brought in Vertonghen, and arguably they were the kind of best partners. If Tottenham somehow are able to persuade Laporte to come to Spurs because we're doing this rebuild, we've got this new thing happening, then I think it changes the game for Spurs because what we've needed is a Diaz or a Laporte type of quality to lift the back line. What we've been getting is Eric Dyers, Sanchez. I mean, these guys are League One at best. If we can get a Premiership proven centre back, then I actually would have to say I would start to feel slightly positive that the rebuild is going to start to take shape. In the unlikely event, if Maguire comes to Spurs, then I'm finished because then I know that Levy is a demon and he's only here to make money and he's got nothing to do with football. But I don't see Maguire coming to Spurs, so I think let's not do what the papers do. It's a distraction tactic.
maybe.
I won't be speaking Maguire ever again.
Well, Matt Law confirmed it though, man. And Matt Law's heavy when it comes to the London news of transfers. I know he's more of a Chelsea boy than the Tottenham one, so I'll give that respect to that. By the way, just a quick update before we're talking to Liverpool as well. Fabrizio Romano, this is how to do this. This is Chelsea. Who's in lead in negotiations? Fabrizio Romano reported literally 2 minutes ago. Real Madrid are not intention to pay 60 million euros plus add-ons, basically. So let's talk about 52 million with add-ons. That could be 10, 8. Let's say 60 million roughly. He's appreciated by the board and Carlo Ancelotti, but has no plan to spend that amount of money. Havertz situation will be discussed in the next days. Chelsea expect clubs to approach them. Kai Havertz, man.
In what world do Chelsea think he's worth 60 million euros?
In what world Mason Mount is worth 70 plus add-ons? Like in what world? Like it just
Only Man United are stupid enough to pay 70 million for Mason Mount.
but
Real Madrid got common sense.
Havertz, wasn't it like 75 mil?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes,
But that's before he became a flop. The
Why-
guy,
I
he's not a striker. He's not attacking midfielder. He's not a winger.
I keep talking. Like literally, you're on a roll. Keep doing it because I'm so in agreement with this. What is Kai Havertz's best position? Does anyone know in this panel what his actual best position is and what he actually excels at? Even in the comments, let me know as well. By the way,
Mason.
you know what it is?
Which one?
I hear where everyone's going with this. I'm just going to give you a slightly different perspective, which is, look, Cass, you're a baller. You know, guys who play ball. Sometimes you can go into a team or a league and it just doesn't work for you. Because I remember what this brother was doing for Germany. When he puts on that German shirt, Havertz is a different player. Do you get what I'm saying? I remember in the Euros, the game against England, mate, he was sensational. I just think the Chelsea system, he needs a team to be built around him. And Chelsea just bloody ignored him. They were not trying to get players to play to his strengths. They brought in 50 man to come in and do something. And it's just a bit of a mismatch. And he just hasn't been able to settle. I think take Havertz to a Newcastle, he might actually do something.
You know what?
You can't play that pressing game.
You know what? I like that, Deji. I think that's the most reasonable response you've given. That isn't about your club, obviously, about another club. I'll give it to you. I think that's great. I think it is a mismatch with Chelsea. He's not a rubbish player. I think personally he's a second striker. I'm looking at Leverkusen and what he's done as well. He's a second striker for me. I don't think he's a 10 because when you play 10, you have to play your back to goal. His back to goal movement, I've seen that at Chelsea. His application is not it. Maybe the Prem may be a little bit too much for him. You go somewhere else and you'll thrive. Somewhere maybe in Spain, Italy. I don't know why, Mo, but I'm thinking towards Lautaro Martinez type position. But Kai Havertz would work well because Lautaro Martinez before this, you hated him. Kai Havertz could work well for you there. A little bit of youthfulness there as well. And under Inzaghi, the way he likes to play, I think Kai Havertz would be wicked. Don't you think?
But that's what Deji's saying. Deji's saying he is not a forward and it didn't work for Chelsea. They relied on him by himself.
Winger though, he's not.
He's not a winger. I think he's like an inverted. At Leverkusen, he's like an inverted winger. You know what I mean?
He was inverted striker kind of. It was weird. Like tactic. They used to play a 3-4-3 back then as well. I get what you mean.
It's kind of very like the two wing backs, and then he is one of the three up top. He's like a Hazard. Okay, let me just explain to you. He's like a Hazard when they played Diego Costa and Willian. Willian would have the line, and Hazard would be floating behind Costa, and Alonso would be flying down the line.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, delete your comment right now. Mikey, delete your comment.
What? Yeah, maybe the only thing is like RVP is he's left footed. That's the only thing. But anyway, you see my point. But let's just talk about Chelsea, and this is the grave of forwards. It's about the club. Timo Werner was good. Romelu Lukaku, 30 plus goals. 30 plus goals. Yeah, this one as well would work. 30 plus goals. Kai Havertz, amazing. Hakim Ziyech was amazing at Ajax. For some reason, this club buries any forward. Somehow.
Because
go ahead.
I was gonna say because I don't think those players that you named, they don't have a Didier Drogba mentality. They haven't got a Diego Costa mentality where they say, I'm the number 9. I'm gonna do my business up front. No one go near me, and it's like I'll be the target man. Chelsea I've never had a striker that's worked when he's a link-up striker. That's all he is. Chelsea have always had a ruthless striker up front. Shevchenko, Diego Costa, Didier Drogba. They've had guys where they can play the lone striker by themselves, hold the ball up, have players join into attack after. But Havertz, Lukaku's not hold-up striker. Werner's not hold-up striker.
Sometimes he is, but he needs a partner.
His first touch, the guy wears Tim's, man. The guy wears Tim's.
His first touch isn't bad. Like for Belgium, when Kevin De Bruyne runs off him, he looks okay.
Would you not think like obviously we can only revert to what we know of Pochettino from back at Tottenham, but I just think of Dele Alli and I think of Kai Havertz, same kind of stature, same kind of movement, same kind of work rate even, and I want to say the work rate is the best. I just think like he would be a Poch kind of player. Maybe in a 10, maybe the game's evolved and Poch has evolved in his tactics. But that's what it's like. I don't know. Maybe he puts Nkunku in a 10. Maybe he's going to use Nkunku on the right or left. Maybe sometimes up front. I don't know what to really expect from Chelsea. Does no one agree?
No, I agree. I think it's both ways. You know, one of the things I've been saying about football is that, you know, players got to bring something new. And I think the biggest issue for Dele Alli at the time was he kept trying to do the same thing and people have already sussed it out. Havertz is a little bit in a similar situation. He plays the same game, he does the same runs. And so he's been sussed. And actually what he needs to personally do is change up the game, maybe drop deeper, maybe go out wider, maybe go more, you know what I mean? But he does the same thing and they've clocked him. I mean, that's the Premier League, the best league in the world. And then maybe it's up to Poch also to kind of feed him. But the other thing I just wanted to say, and this is just a quick observation for me, as much as I think on one hand, I think Poch is probably going to do well if he can clear out the players and get a small squad. There is nobody in that Chelsea team that embodies Chelsea. There's no Terry-like figure. There's no Drogba. There's no one that says, you know what, I'm a Stamford Bridge is my city.
Right, you got to do it right.
All these guys are all fluffy guys.
Proper Chelsea. You got to say, no one's proper Chelsea.
There's no proper Chelsea there. And I think you saw that in the performances. I don't think those players were positive when they were losing.
Yeah, you're right. I wanna shift the gears a little bit, like 5-10 minutes on Liverpool. But guys, get us to 150 likes, please. We got 300 people here, so get us to 150 likes. Hit that like button for us. So Chelsea, they got McAllister over the line, and I'm not going to talk about McAllister. We already talked about him many times, but they are now linked to Benjamin Pavard, who I tweeted about 2 weeks ago, that said he suits the system. A guy that can play in the back three, can play right back to allow Trent to go inside the pitch, can play basically the Kyle Walker role, where he can be the right back, but the center back, so Trent can go inside the pitch. He's linked to them. Bayern Munich set the price, 25 million pounds, right? 25 million pounds, 30 million euros.
How old is Pavard?
No, they said
about 27.
Something like that.
25 mil. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I think they're securing for about, with add-ons and stuff, probably about 30 odd. I'll say about 30 odd, 32. Look, Liverpool.
I think it can go down. He wants to leave.
I think he'd be so sick for them as well. And you know, with the way Trent, if they want to play this inverted, Pavard's perfect. Because apparently Matip might be on his way out, by the way.
Who?
I read on that Matip. Joel Matip might have played his last.
Robertson is needed at Real Madrid, which is ridiculous.
What? Wait, Robertson to Madrid? That's
Robertson, really? That would have been out for 3 weeks now.
That's 3 weeks old, and I ain't seen that. That's not happening.
Really?
That guy.
He's not going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not being funny. Robertson is a good player, but he's no Galactico, man. For you to go to Madrid, you got to be a Galactico.
Well, he was going for the quad last year, so yeah.
Yeah, he's
Thingy. Talking about Pavard, where's he going to play? Is he going to be back up to Trent?
He's not going to be backup for Trent. He's going to be right. So I think that maybe Pavard is someone who they do it at Bayern. When they push Alphonso Davies very high and the three in the back stay. So I think Trent goes to the midfield and they play kind of a back three with Pavard on the right side, Konate and Van Dijk. And Trent now is free. He doesn't have to do anything. They do that a lot at Bayern, by the way. A lot.
But that would mean that they don't play a left back then.
Yeah. Yes,
I
think you guys are missing. I think you guys are forgetting that Luis Diaz at his best doesn't need Robertson behind him.
I'll be honest as well. I think Pavard next to Van Dijk makes more sense to me if you want to let
than Konate.
Yeah, more than you know what it is with Konate. I think Konate needs to prove why he should be Liverpool starting centre back still. Because as much as I like Konate and I think he's a wicked player and he's got the tools for it, I think he just offers too much of a mistake and he needs to get it out of him. And I think someone like Pavard, and right now where Liverpool are, obviously as a defensive unit, in my opinion, by the way, I just thought Pavard is that guy that can literally, he oozes class, right? I'm not saying he's amazing, but what he's going to give you is a 7 out of 10 every week. That's what he's going to give you. Yeah. He's got decent pace, very good technical ability, and he's solid. He's quite solid, man. Let's be honest. And I think in the channels, Konate, I don't think Konate is great in the channels. I think Konate is better when he's more central. When he gets taken out there, we've seen it. He doesn't look as comfortable as other centre backs would, where if Pavard is the centre back, right back kind of thing. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he'll be used as a utility player. You're brought in to be a utility player. Konate's still got a lot to prove, in my opinion, in the Premier League. And maybe next season when he has a proper DM, a proper midfield in front of him, then, you know, that's the whole point of having a midfield in front of your defence, is to hide the deficiencies of obviously what you're not good at, right? And to help you out when you need help. Like, let's say they do get a DM. When Trent goes forward, maybe there's a centre mid, Caicedo, by any chance, covers, or Thuram, who they're linked with right now, who's apparently agreed terms with Liverpool currently.
I'm scared.
Imagine
if they get Thuram.
Thuram's a baller, man. I like him.
Man. He's good, man. The guy's got good feet for his height. They said that about Pogba.
Bro,
I don't know why people are saying Pavard is not linked. Even this is Anfield saying Liverpool are listed as confirmed option. The journalists claim that 35 million euros Pavard is now Liverpool's target. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I feel so. Also the price. Well, we actually said it, but 35 million, man. Nice were talking about 50 million. I know this is only Le Quip, by the way. Le Quip is, trust me, they're hit and miss. I can't lie. They're like Bild of Germany. They're like Daily Mail of England. Does that make sense? But for this, if Liverpool get this down the line and they're saying that, you know, they're reportedly willing to accept the bid of 35 million for one of the hottest prospect youngsters in France or maybe even the world right now, bro, Liverpool are looking like a force again. And I know they need depth, but they need probably another midfielder, of course.
Yeah,
bro, put that next to McAllister. You're oozing, just say, get your ass forward. They still need a DM. And I think, you know what? I don't know if they get Kone. I think it's one or the other. I think Kone might go PSG, but I do think I wouldn't be surprised if they start hotting up for Lavia if they do go get Thuram.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can see it's a possible ability, man. And you know
want to
what?
tell me that Lavia, McAllister, and Thuram can battle Rice, Caicedo, and Odegaard, can battle Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and whoever. And Kovacic. Come on.
I know, but it's also
for the future. It's for the future.
Yeah, but they still got Fabinho. They still got Thiago. They still got Henderson. So they're trying to add more squad depth to the team.
And they got Bajcetic.
You just named 3 mummy returns, bro. Them guys there are like.
Thiago still got it, bro. Thiago still got it.
But you're talking about a player that's been playing game in, game out. We're talking about play. Look, Fabinho needs to prove himself again. He might have a bit of hunger in him to get going. I mean, he might not be.
Bro, that midfield 3 you're laughing at will walk into Spurs team.
I'm not saying
that midfield 3 is 105 years old.
All right, I hear you, but look, the midfield that Liverpool are trying to build is potential. Yeah, it's all based on potential. Will they get there? Can he do it in the Prem? Obviously, all that stuff. But you're forgetting the one element that you forget about Liverpool. They got Jurgen Klopp. Who needs world-class midfielders when you got Jurgen Klopp? That's not what he's built on. That's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to express high energy, and now he's trying to add high energy and control yet again. And that Liverpool is scary, bro. And I've got nightmares of that, bro. I think every team, your club has nightmares on that. Spurs, Arsenal definitely do. They get smashed. My team got absolutely rolled over, and that's when you have to look at towards your managers what you're gonna get. You know, obviously Arsenal are doing the kind of similar. It's kind of like a little bit of Klopp, a little bit of Pep system in when it comes to the pressing. It's going to be interesting, man. I think Liverpool are going to definitely be ones to watch, and I think if they get their business done, good prices, this is not where it's going to stop either, man. They're going to go acquire another 2, 3. You know, we're talking about brute players here, man. We're talking about bro, I hate it, man. And my club's linked with fucking Mason Mount.
Man, I'm loving it. Arsenal strengthening, Liverpool strengthening, Chelsea. I don't know what they're doing. Spurs are United in the mud.
Chelsea be cutting. Because they got 50 men.
United and Tottenham are in the mud. Lovely to see,
man. Mount is giving me nightmares, man.
Anyway, so guys, I think that's it.
Mason Mount is coming. Mason Mount is going to United. You know that.
Is that
I know that he's gonna go for United for cheaper price than what Chelsea.
Bro, it was so obvious.
Chelsea, they have to sell before the end of June, guys.
Yeah, boy, didn't you see that video, the F1 when they asked Mason Mount, "You going to United?" Bro, that was the most obvious yes I've seen in my life. The guy's coming to United, bro, man.
Yeah, but it's
Harry Kane thought he's going to Man City.
No, but the Spurs wanted to keep him. Chelsea don't want to keep. Chelsea don't want to keep Mason Mount, man.
Yeah, but they don't want to lose on him. Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie though. I do agree with Cass. In a season where you won the Carabao Cup and you finished where you finished, and you want to prove to the rest of the world that Manchester United are back, and you want to keep on the Mount a challenge. Your first potential summer signing being Mason Mount. It's almost as bad as Arsenal bringing in Kivior. It's just utter disgrace and not serious, to be honest. And I think if you're bringing in the likes of Mason Mount, even if it's for sentimental reasons, you know, he's an England player and, you know, he did have a good time at Chelsea. I think that could be the beginning of your descent back down and joining Spurs below Brighton next season.
Okay. Yeah, what can you say, man?
On that note, thank you guys, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks, Dawood. Thanks, Deji, of course.
We're finally back.
Tomorrow, I don't know when. Something.
If anything, it might be it should just be 1 p.m. potentially, in it with just news updates. It might be
Yeah.
slow news day, but it's a Friday. Typically Fridays go off. Loads of stuff is gonna maybe
We'll see. But
Hopefully.
anyway, guys, thank
Yeah.
you so much. Hit that like button on your way out. Leave a comment after this video is done underneath if you want. Thank you.
Vlad stuck out.